We are the Great North, and in Canada there are 13 provinces or territories, and we're covered by either provincial or federal regulations. There are 3 provinces that have their own provincial regulations. From the west, you're looking at British Columbia, and moving east a little, there's Alberta. And in the east, there's Quebec. So these are the 3 provinces that have their own provincial regulations. And everyone else in Canada is under the federal regulation, which is called PIPEDA. And I'll move into that just in a second. So, of course, the spirit of the law here is that, the provincial laws will not have any material or major conflicts in terms of principles or actual guidance practices with the federal regulation. And here I'm showing you the website of the federal level, the Office of the Privacy Commissioner, or OPC. This is the federal governing body, and there is the Privacy Commissioner, who's the head of this government agency. And of course, Canada is a bilingual country, if you do not know. Both English and French are the working languages, the official languages of this country. So all of these government websites will have both versions of the language. And if you can see at the top right, there's the word français. This is for you to click on it to see the French version. So let's talk about the actual law. So we have a short name for it, which is PIPEDA. It stands for Personal Information Protection and Electronic Documents Act. There's 3 things I want to talk about. Who is governed? It's only businesses. So who's not governed? Government agencies, not-for-profit and charity organizations, political parties, and associations, they do not fall under PIPEDA. So this is strictly for a for-profit business. And what is protected, or who is protected? Only natural persons are protected. So the information of a company or a business or a organization will not be falling under the PIPEDA protection. And last but not least, what is protected? It's personal information. When it comes to personal information, there's a fine line in between some of these terms that you probably know already. There's the PII and there's PI. So PII stands for personally identifiable information, and PI stands for personal information. What is the difference here? Well, so let me show you the personal identifiable information here. Name, date of birth, address, or social insurance number. So this is equivalent to, in the US, what is the social security number. And it is a national number that identifies you for taxation and identification purposes. So these are personally identifiable information. And when it comes to personal information, it's very broad. For example, your income, ethnic origin, your blood type, opinions, evaluations, comments, your social status or disciplinary actions with your employer, employee files, credit records, loan records, medical records. So pretty much everything about you as a person would be personal information, but personally identifiable information would be something that is pretty unique about you. And the other good test, because I worked for a credit bureau in the past, the other good test would be, would this be a piece of information that can be used towards finding your file, your credit file in the credit bureau? So we know that if I have your name and your date of birth and your address, even without the social insurance number in Canada, you could identify this person in the credit file and pull up the credit file, right? And then, of course, on the contrary, if I just know your blood type, of course, I won't be able to pull your personal credit file. So this is not to say that your blood type is not important information that shouldn't be protected. It's just how you distinguish the 2 different terms.